Alright, so this is gonna be my Drukhari list today. Testing a couple of things out. We'll see how it works. We'll start off over here on this side. I've got Cabal of the Blackheart, so I've got 10 Incubi in here. I've got a squad of 8 Cabalite Warriors with 1 Shredder and 1 Blast Pistol on the leader. I've got a squad of 5 Cabalite Warriors. There's a Shredder in there. Got the Archon. He is got the Blast Pistol. He doesn't have... Oh, he has the Rid of the Living Muse, so reroll 1s to wound and reroll 1s to hit because he's, whatchamacallit, the Archon. That's just what they do. Also, as you can see, there's an Incarn just kind of chilling there. I've got those 2 Psychic Powers. One is to reroll 1s, reroll 1s to hit in melee, and the other one is the reroll wounds against a unit. Don't know. Actually, I'm probably going to switch that out because I changed it from being a Ynnari detachment. So we'll come back. That's probably going to be the targeted smite instead of that one. So my bad. Then I've got 2 Ravagers. However, these are going to be run as Reapers. So I took the 2 Gunners off of this one just to help remember. This one, they're not magnetized, so it's still a Reaper. But it has extra guns. We'll just pretend they're not there. Then the next detachment that I have is going to be Dark Technomancers, led by Drazar, the Master of Blades. We've got a squad of Scourge with Shredders. We've got 5 Racks over here. We have a Hex Rifle and an Ossifactor in that squad. The rest of it is just kind of boring stuff. I've got a Raider with the Disintegrator Cannon and a Venom. The Dark Technomancers will allow you to overcharge a weapon, except for the Shredders, which I learned the other day thanks to somebody commenting. So the boats and the Racks can overcharge a weapon when they shoot, and it'll give +1 to damage and +1 to wound. And then they'll suffer a wound if they roll a 1 to wound. So, you know, give and take. It's good on vehicles, less good on your troops, but it can help. Over here, we've got the last patrol. This is a squad, Prophets of Flesh. So I've got Urian, actually, as my homunculus over here. So we'll try him out and give a +1 strength and toughness to my Talos. It's a 1 unit of 3 with Haywire, and then a squad of Racks over here, and there's a Liquefier gun and a Hex Rifle in there as well. That whole list comes out to 1997 points, and I'm really curious how it'll face off against... there's some army mixes I think it'll do pretty well against, but today going to be playing against some Harlequins. So we'll get the list for the Harlequins here in just a second, and then we'll go from there. Okay, here we are with the Harlequin army. This is being run by my buddy Josh. Just met him the other day here at the gaming store, so we'll have some fun with this. I have played Harlequins 1 time. Not this Josh, another Josh, ironically. So Harlequins are dangerous, and they're scary, and they're fast, and everybody knows that. And the last time I played against them, I was running a mostly Ynnari list. Did not go well. So, you know, we'll see how it goes today. I have some different plans, different tactics. I'm not Ynnari, so I have a better chance, I think. So, I'm going to run over this list, and what I mess up, Josh will correct for me. So, he's got some HQs. He's got a Solitaire. The Solitaire, you said, does not have any crazy stuff on it?
Oh, no, it's
just a stock
basic Solitaire. And here we have the Troop Master with the Twilight Fang. And Fusion Pistol. Here we have the Shadow Seer. He is the Warlord. He also has a pivotal role with Shield from Harm and Veil of Illusion.
Yeah.
Psychic powers are Twilight Pathway and Shard of Light. The other Shadow Seer has Webway Dance as well as Veil of Tears. Just Shield from Harm ability. The Death Jester has I believe it is Humbling Cruelty on him. Otherwise, stock Death Jester.
Yeah.
Then we have 3 2-man squads of jet bikes. Sorry guys, these guys do not want to get on their stance today for some weird reason.
They're waiting until the battle starts. That's what they're doing. They're just resting.
They are entirely equipped with the Zephyr Glaive and the Haywire cannons today. Yep. All of the boats are just Star Reavers. Ignore his weapon. The troops squads themselves are 4 5-man squads. 4 of those guys have fusion pistols and Harlequin's Caress, and then 2 6-man teams, 5 guys with Caress and fusion pistols in each of those, and that comes out to exactly 2K.
That's a problem. See, I'm already down 3 points. Oh no, armies aren't even size. Just kidding. But that is a lot of bodies that he's going to be able to crack out of his boats, if they die, I'm curious to see how it'll play. I really don't know. It's going to be an interesting game.
It's going to be a good game.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. We're going to have two Harlequin armies facing off on a, I don't know, I would say this is a fairly blown apart, war torn Imperial world at some point, right?
We must have already taken over the planet.
Yeah. We have come to fight over something.
Yes.
That's what it is. There's something inside this cool statue covered, whatever you want to call this.
The Eldari were here first.
Obelisk or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eldari. We're all Eldari, dang it.
Yeah. We were here first.
We are coming back and we are reclaiming this world. So we'll get deployment zones and all those things done in a little bit. We'll have the mission rolled off soon, and we'll come back and we'll show you what it looks like with our deployment zones done and all of those good things. So we'll be back.
There we go.
All right, we've deployed. We rolled off for the mission. We got mission number 11 from the Grand Tournament pack. So that is retrieval mission. You've got 6 objectives. There's 1, 2, 3, and it's mirrored on this side of the board over here. So you've got 4 of them that are out in the middle of shooty, fighty, die kind of place. And then you got 2 in your own deployment zones. Harlequins deployed back here. A bunch of stuff out of line of sight. Bunch of stuff out of line of sight. Not a bad plan, although halfway through it Josh also realized I don't have a ton of things to reach out and touch you with, so it is what it is. We're being careful. Same kind of thing over here on the Drukhari side, with the exception of the Talos. They're wagging their tails and saying, sure, why not? Urian back here with some racks to protect him. In the middle here we have the Archon, Venom, the 2 Reapers. And then over here we've got the Incarn, the Raider with Drazar, the Master of Blades, and another squad of racks. Deep striking in, we used a CP for the Webway portal for the Incubi, the winged deployment for the Scourge, and Drazar and the 8-man squad of Cabalites are in this Raider. And I think that's it. So we are ready. This is the battlefield. The deployments are out. Armies are deployed. We're going to roll off and we'll see who gets to go first. So go ahead. I'll let you roll first, Josh.
All right. It's a 5.
Oh, dear.
Mighty 5.
And a 3.
3.
All right. What are you going to choose to do?
Go right ahead. You go first.
That's what I was afraid of. Okay. Well, we'll be back at the end of Drukhari turn 1. All right, end of Drukhari turn 1. Moved the Raider up here. He shot and missed because thank you, -1 for everything. However, I also moved a Reaper to right here. He did a shooting. He killed a Starweaver. I was very excited. The Starweaver exploded too, which was nice. That's why there's all these little dice down here now. He blowed up. He hurt things. It was terrific. Made my day. And then I used the Fire and Fade, so this Reaper came back over here. This side, everybody moved up. The Talos, Urian advanced a whole 2 inches to get to there. So we're holding that objective. This squad over here, the deployed Scramblers for the first time, just barely within the deployment zone, but also holding that objective right there. And that's it. So we didn't move a lot. We did score 2 points for Bring It Down, which was nice. And then Josh is going to come flying across the board at me, and it's going to be very interesting. So we'll be back at the end of Harlequins turn 1 in just a moment. End of the Harlequins turn 1. This force all moved out here. Did we shoot with a Death Jester? You might need to still... You can shoot him real quick while we do this. He's going to take his humbling cruelty shots at Urian real fast because we forgot. Okay, end of Harlequin turn 1. We've decided, I have decided in my mind that Josh is going to make all the saves and all the wounds in his next turn, because this turn was kind of bad. He moved up here. Yeah, well, I'm hoping that's not true. That's just what I'm expecting.
4 saves there.
Made a charge. Everything here shot into my Raider. It still has 4 wounds left. I don't understand that. These guys charged in and attacked. We slapped each other and nobody hurt anybody, because that's not surprising. Everything here is the way it was. These were disembarked. Shadow Seer moved up. Did cast 2 spells there.
which I totally forgot to do. Do you care if I put prismatic blur on someone?
Oh, no, go ahead.
It's almost...
He's prismatic blurring something over
It's
there.
almost always automatic. It's
It
the
is,
one
isn't
that
it?
likes who actually advance.
Oh, yeah, the ones that are in combat. So that makes sense.
Well, I was like, I totally forgot to use it.
No worries.
It almost always gets used.
Moved out here, so he's on this objective. So right now, both of us hold 3 objectives, so that'll be 10 points for me in the beginning of the next turn. But that's neither here nor there. These guys all moved forward. Didn't really want to advance up on this side because of the big ugly bugs. So they did a thing, at least. This guy took a whole lot of firepower, and he is the one thing that failed a lot of saves for me, but he still has a wound left, so it could be worse. And then back here, nothing else really happened. I did lose 1 rack over on the far side to shooting. So that's it. There was, I don't think anything scored for you for this turn. No, engaged on all fronts because of this advance and charge. So he will be getting 2 points for engage on all fronts to my 2 points for bring it down. And then that's it for this turn. So we'll come back at the end of Drukhari turn 2. Drukhari turn 2 is over. Drazar got out to come over here and slap some jet bikes, and then the Incarn psychered the jet bikes off the map. So, well, no, I killed 1 in psychic, and then the Raider shot and killed 1 in shooting. Bring it, what is it, the vehicle thing that lets you shoot in combat? Bring it down for the win. Over here, they stayed unmolested except for this troop. The troop has been reduced to a lot less, although he started making all of the feel no pains. It was rough. So there was 1 more dude, did not fail leadership. The Scourge came back down here, shot at them. Didn't really do anything to the troop, actually. Did take wounds off of the Death Jester. We split fire back there. Probably should not have. The Venom over here with the Cabalites also shot into the troop. And the Shredder went into this boat. I think we did a wound on the Starweaver and killed another couple. So we reduced this troop down a lot, which is nice. Let me see. Over here, I don't even remember. Oh, the Haywire did a single wound on this Starweaver from my Talos. Could have been more exciting. They did make their charge. They killed the Starweaver, so we got another bring it down. Then the Incarn decided to come visit where the carnage was because it's death, and that's cool. That's about all we got to say about that. And over here, not much happened. Urian got left out in the cold. They stayed there. Urian did the deploy scramblers for this turn. My Reapers didn't do anything. I don't think they did anything. I think I failed to hit and I failed to wound, didn't I?
Yes.
Yeah, the Reapers,
yes.
yeah. So
I believe I made some saves.
Oh yeah, and he made saves, that's right. Josh made saves.
No,
He forgot how to use his dice, then he remembered how to use his dice. It was great.
They decided to
and
around a little.
when the Starweaver exploded, it did a mortal wound on this Talos. That was cool. So I used the Torture's craft, I think, healed the Talos up to a whole 2 wounds, and then it lost another wound. So it actually would have died had it not been healed up. So that was cool. And that's it. Here we go. Harlequin turn 2 coming up. The Harlequins are done with their turn 2, and it was exactly what I expected from Harlequins. Death Jester came out. We did shooting. My Scourge evaporated. Actually, 1 was left. He was kind of being a boss until he tried to roll his morale, and he got a big fat 6, so he just said, "Bark, bark," and took off. Over here, the poor Incarn made none of the 10 feel no pains and died to fusion. Actually, it took a lot of fusion shots to kill it, so that was okay. Lost half of a Talos to fusion, and then it died in combat, and then the other one took a lot of wounds in combat, but it still took 2 troops of fusion, or 2.5 troops of fusion and a shuriken boat to get the Talos down to just 1 left at 3 wounds, so I was happy with that. It was going well in the shooting phase. The Venom was doing fine. Got charged and died. The poor guys got out. 3 broke their ankles getting out because of emergency disembarking. And then the 2 guys that were left didn't hurt anybody. And then they ran away. They were scared. They just said, bye, we're out. I'm having a hard time with my space pirates. They're not piratey.
Not very piratey.
No. Urian, he was a boss. He survived with a wound left. They didn't run away, though, these Harlequins. They stayed. They weren't scared. The Shadow Seer, thank goodness, had to fight twice to kill the Racks. I was at least excited about that, although I wanted 1 more left so I could Black Cornucopians them. but I couldn't. Then the bikes came in, and the funniest thing, I think these were like the most devastating things in combat in this turn. It's like 6 wounds off of one of the Reapers.
It was good.
It was funny. Like they had the most. I don't know. It was a really weird. It was bad dice rolling in the combat phase.
Drazar withstood my
Drazar, he said no thanks and brushed it off, and he's still there, so he's got a wound left. Tried to interrupt with combat and hurt this little troop master dude. I don't think he did anything, did he? I don't think Drazar. No, he did. He got 1 through, and that's where his 2 wounds came. That was it. It was phenomenal. Saving throws. This is the thing I dislike about the Harlequins. Their 4-up invos everywhere are phenomenal, and they did what they needed to do.
Great.
Yeah, well, that's true.
I made a few clutch ones this time, unlike last turn.
Yeah, last turn Josh did not get so many of those important rolls. So what it looks like is most of my army is sitting on the shelf now because it's been killed and destroyed. All of the things that I have left are in a spot where we're contesting but not holding objectives, so we're not going to get any cool points for primary. My Incubi are going to come in this turn, not fail the charge. Do you hear me, Incubi? And maybe do something cool. But I'm not sure how much more that's going to get us. So we're going to try. We'll be back at the end of Drukhari turn 3. Wow. Not sure. That was a lot of devastation and damage. The score is going to be almost tied at the end of this turn 2, but coming into turn 3, I think it's pretty much just going to be how many points can the Harlequin score after this. So we'll be back. We'll talk about it. We'll see what happens.
He was like, +1 wound.
+1 to wound. Drazar was destroyed. But the Incubi done made their charge. I was very proud of them. Took out a bike, took out a troop squad, took wounds off the Star Weaver, and then Drazar died. But that's okay. We got our buff from him before he died, because he should have been dead last turn and wasn't for some reason. So
he did good.
Not too sad. Nothing back here happened because there was nothing around to do a thing back here. Same with this group here. Over here, it's a very dark day. These 2 boats could only kill a bike. Then in combat, we took all but 1 wound off the bike. So it's rather frustrating. That's the Solitaire, still hanging out, still being a nuisance. We did spend the 2 points for Cruel Deception to fall back. Healed up the Talos to 5 wounds and then charged and got enough distance to move around back there. Abandoning all of this chaos and madness for the glory of combat. But then the Talos did not kill a single one of your little troop because he rolled 6 4-ups.
It was not lucky.
Bonkers. He did all the wounding also, but it didn't matter. Urian killed one because why not? That was kind of silly, you know.
Homunculus.
Who knows?
The great homunculus.
So over here, I mean, it's so Josh scores 15 on primaries for this turn, holding everything bar the one that I'm holding in the back. Actually, technically, I think I hold this with the number of bodies I have, but
does my 1 troop guy?
Oh no, your 1 troop. I forgot he's a troop. He's not a character, so never mind. All of this horde of Incubi does nothing when it comes to objective secure. So that's cool. So I hold 1 objective still. Yay, that's my 5 points. Yay. So that's it. We'll come back at the end of Harlequin turn 3 and show you what remains standing. I have a suspicion it's not going to be much. So we'll be back. End of Harlequin turn 3. Okay. All right, folks, it is the end of the Harlequins turn 3. Poor little Archon did. Solitaire did what the Solitaire do, and the Archon's Shadow Field fell apart after the 3rd save. So, 3D, 3 wounds, oops. Super proud of the Reaper, excuse me, because the Reaper killed the jet bike. Figured there's the last unit left on the board will interrupt. We killed the jet bike. So that was something. Moral victory, I suppose.
Moral victory?
Yeah. Everybody back here is like, nanny, nanny, boo, boo, we killed your Talos. So the Talos of Urian died. Not surprised. Oh, here, the Troop Master did what a Troop Master was supposed to do. He removed the last. Well, there are 4. Oh, it was 4 plus the demiclave. So there were 4 incubi plus their sergeant with the 2 wounds. So he snickered what 9 attacks? He cackled. Yeah, 11 with everything. Yeah, and 11. He cackled evilly like an evil clown would do, and just turned them into paste. So that was it was actually kind of cool and thematic, but still it's sad. So if we were to score this out, we might do that just for the fun of it. But he got pretty darn close to a perfect game going over here. So we've got all that happening, and it's the end of the game. The Reaper is technically still alive, but if we played out the next turn, he shot at the troop, killed 2 of them, they would fusion pistol it, and it would die, because it has a whole 2 wounds left. So, you know, tabled, end of turn 4. Yeah, it was fun, but unfortunately, the Drukhari kind of did what I thought might happen, because this is how it went the last game. Do you have an MVP for your army, sir?
I'm going to give the MVP to the Troop Master.
Yeah, the Troop Master.
He came in.
He ended up being a boss.
He was a boss.
It was very freakish that Drazar survived him for a turn.
That's true. That's true. Drazar shocked me.
But he made up for it, because he came back and shot a lot of stuff.
Yep.
Then he sliced and diced a lot of stuff. So
sliced and diced Drazar. Half eventually.
Twilight Fang did what Twilight Fang is known to do. The Troop Master was pretty legit.
Twilight Fang definitely hurt. Solitaire almost took the MVP, but the Troop Master killing, slicing and dicing 5 incubi.
That was
definitely helped to seal the deal.
And then the Solitaire did have to fight twice to kill 5 racks. So that was a little bit aggravating for the Solitaire. But
Solitaire was not happy about that.
Yeah. I think for the Drukhari, the Talos did what they needed to do. I think I misplayed with the Incarn a little bit too early in the game. That was my fault.
Very aggressive.
I was very aggressive, but it works in a lot of armies. I didn't really take into account.
A lot of fusion pistols.
I forgot about all the fusion pistols. That was just a bad play on my side. I totally forgot about all the fusion. So the Talos, I think, probably gonna still be my MVP. The Reapers did some work in this game. It just wasn't enough. Wasn't enough. And with the Archon re-rolling 1s, I was curious to see with Cabal the Blackheart if it would matter with their feel no pains on the vehicles, the re-rolling 1s to wound, which is what I did with that Archon. I don't know. I mean, it kind of helped. I think if it was a different army, it might have helped more, because you're 4-up invulnerables. Even the ones, when I re-rolled 1s to wound, I was excited about it. Then I'd remember you just needed your 4s, and you made enough of them to make the Reapers kind of obsolete.
Initially, I didn't make many of them, but
yeah,
I did come back around.
Yeah, and first
started making some.
First turn, second turn, it didn't matter as much because there was not that many bodies on the table, or at least not that I could shoot at. So, yeah, it was kind of interesting. I still like this Drukhari list. I still dislike playing against the Harlequins because they do all the things that Drukhari wish they could, but they can't. But that's okay. This is a good list. It was a good list for the Harlequins. It's an interesting list for the Drukhari. I need to play it against something that's not 4-up invulnerables everywhere and see if it does any better.
It would probably do a lot better.
Probably.
Yes, you did have a lot of AP.
Yeah, it was a lot of wasted AP. A lot of wasted AP. But it feels like what you have to take for almost any army you play against right now in the meta. So I really don't have a clue. It was a lot of fun game. A lot of fun to play. So thank you, Josh. Much appreciated. We could try to calculate the points off screen and figure that all out for you. But that was a good game. It was a lot of fun. The Drukhari scored fast, which I hoped they would do, but it just wasn't enough. Because once our bodies hit the floor, they curl up and die, and the troop can put in a not surprising, because I know they have a lot of attacks, but when compared to their Eldari brethren, it's a surprising amount of attacks. So they just do some work. It's really amazing. So yeah, good game. Appreciate you coming and playing. And we'll be back another time with another battle report from Kitchen Table Wargaming.